Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night. These are the instructions for assignment 2.2, the very first time you will be creating a section for a chapter for your huge, humongous synthesis paper. So, front page, first slide is just a title page. You can click on this little button here. If you were watching this, you've already done that. Then, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to summarize Brackley's description of the concept, right? And remember, for this slide, it is freedom of attachment or indifference. So what does Brackley mean? So the first thing you should do in this yellow box, and I've broken this up, yellow is going to be the topic part of your paragraph, gray is the body, and white is the ending. And you'll see this repeated throughout my assignments. So start off, what does Brackley mean by the idea of freedom from attachment or indifference? And you should type in an answer here. Then, what are the key words that you want to be able to use when describing the concept? So think back, go back over the readings if you need to on the previous assignment on 2.1. What are the key words that you want to use to make sure that to show me that you understand the concept? And what are the key details that you should also include? This is where you're brainstorming and pre-writing the body section of your opening paragraph. And then for the ending, sum it up. How would you summarize Brackley's idea of freedom of attachment or indifference? And then what you're going to do is then once you've done that, I want you to write a solid paragraph of Brackley's concept of freedom from attachment or indifference right on this slide. Anything you'll be writing will be this kind of orangish color. Then moving on to slide 4, the next step you need to do is you need to give me an example from your own life. So in the box here, what is a time? Name a time that you've experienced freedom from attachment or indifference. I want you to pick a specific event. So an event is something that occurs at a specific time and place. It is definite in nature. Is definite. Has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You don't have to maintain this freedom forever, but just a glimpse of a time that you've felt free from unnecessary attachments or indifference, according to what Brackley is trying to get at. Then in the next slides, you're going to take this thing that you've named and turn it into an interesting story. So if you want a general overview of what it means to the 3 steps I'm looking for in the construction of a narrative, to orient your story, to give me the challenge, and to resolve it somehow. You can see that here, where I give you kind of an overview of this style of writing. If you want more examples than that, you can click on any of these 3 YouTube videos, and they will take you to the somebody else who spends more time developing each of the 3 parts. But so you're going to, for your event, which you've named, we're going to start with just a general brainstorm. So up here in the top right is me explaining how to do this slide. And then what you're going to do from the freedom of attachment, or from my summary of just generally writing a narrative, then you're going to tell me, so who's in this, who's at the event? How do you describe them? Where is the event set? How would you describe it? Then what is the challenge? In this case, what is freedom from attachment? How do you release yourself from what's the Brackley term now? Disordered, yeah. So how do you free yourself from disorder attachments? That would be the idea of the challenge. And then how does the scene resolve? How does the episode end? All stories have an ending. Usually it's either you get what you want or you had it for a while and then it went away. So then what you're going to do on the next 3 slides is you're going to cut and paste these tables. The way I find the easiest to do that is to draw a little box around the table, and it'll highlight the whole table, and then you can just copy it. So it's just a Control-C, and then you move on to the next slide. So down on slide 7, I'm going to paste the box here so that I remember what I've written. And then this table down below with the yellow, the gray, and the white is going to be your orientation paragraph. So you should tell me two things. You should tell me about the characters and the setting. So how are you going to open the paragraph that introduces both things? So who are the characters, and name the characters and the setting here. What specific thought are you trying to convey about them? And then you'll combine them into a topic sentence. Then over here, give me the body information. What are the important sensory details? What are your character details? And then write your body sentences here. This chart will grow as you type. And finally, end the paragraph. What are your feelings about the characters and the setting? Then you'll do the same thing. Then you'll go back up to slide 6, draw your little box around the challenge, copy it, paste it into slide 8, and follow the same process. So, as you start your conflict, what's the challenge? What are your specific thoughts or feeling about that? Make that a topic sentence. For the body information, what are the important details, the chronology, how does it happen? Write your body sentences. Then, give me, how does it conclude? What do you want the readers to learn, or what did you learn in this challenge? Right? And the thing you were trying to show me is that you've experienced a time of freedom from attachment or indifference. Then, again, back up to 6, grab the resolution, copy it, down to slide 9, paste it, and then it's the exact same thing. So for your resolution, how does this thing resolve? Do you remain indifferent and free, or was it only fleeting? Right? So what are the feelings or thoughts about the resolution? Make it a topic sentence. What are the important details of how does the resolution occur? Give me your body sentences. And what did you learn, or how do you want to end, or another way to end the story? And you should end it right here. That should be the summary of your resolution. Then, taking what you've planned in slides 7, 8, and 9, I want you to write your story. You should be at least 3 paragraphs long. There should be at least an orientation paragraph, at least a paragraph where you describe the challenge, and at least a paragraph where you describe the resolution. You might need to break up your paragraphs into more paragraphs than that. Remember, a paragraph is a group of sentences clustered around a single idea. So maybe you're going to have you're going to make your orientation 2 paragraphs, one for the setting and one for your characters. Maybe your body takes 3 beats or has 3 distinct event actions happening in it. Break that up into 3 paragraphs. And the same thing with the resolution. So you'll type that here. This box will automatically shrink if you go too long, so don't worry about that. This is just a place for you to put the draft. Then, so you've told me, you've summarized Brackley's description. You've given me an example of it from your own life, and the final thing you need to do is explain why the experience you talked about on slide 10 fits with the definition of indifference that you gave me by Brackley on slide 3. And then your submission will be those 3 slots. Well, will be that. That's the writing part of the submission. And then finally, on slide 12, give me a picture from the event. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and good luck.